Hey, what's up guys, Mashine here, come back with a brand new video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about where Paris is at. Paris play begins in legitimately 4 days. We don't know where they're at, but we're going to be talking about what possibly is delaying them along with what you should be doing once they immediately release. Now obviously we got to start off with where are these stickers because they are not in game, and there's been some pretty interesting theories thrown about. The two biggest ones that stood out to me were both put up in HLTV and are now gone. That's very interesting. And we'll talk a little bit more after a quick word from today's sponsor. Are you looking to grab some of those great looking CS2 skins but don't want to spend a ton of money on Steam tax selling off your current ones? Well, you don't have to with today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a trading website that's currently offering you $5 free if you use code MasterShiny, or an additional 35% bonus on new deposits with the code MasterShiny. All you have to do is pick out the skins you no longer want, pick out the skins you do want, and send that trade. And if you don't have any skins, don't worry, they're giving away hundreds of dollars worth of skins all the time. Now coming back to stickers, we should have seen that by now. I think that's quite obvious, but I don't think too many people realize how behind things are. If we want to look at Rio, 10-day difference between the stickers coming out and the actual major releasing. Antwerp and Stockholm, 6 and 5 days. So still short there. If we want to look at the overall average, it's about 8 to 9 days. A little bit influenced by those higher ones that came out almost a month early, but still it is quite clear that they are behind. And the two theories that I was talking about on HLTV were quite interesting. The first one is being that the Monty sticker was having problems. Now you might be wondering, why Monty? That's because the Monty logo actually has the Ukrainian flag inside of it. Now this is interesting because Valve is on a little bit of a crackdown this major. If you don't remember, they were actually rejecting people when it came to signatures and the logos they were submitting. And the fact is, Valve is trying to stay as apolitical as possible, and putting a government flag in there is not something that has really ever been on their radar. Therefore, someone brought up the question of what happens if they just hold out? We don't have any real flag things in the game other than the Scotland piece, so this could be a decent leg for them to stand on. And you're kind of in a standoff, which is possibly what has led us to this moment. And even more so, there's an actual tweet from the coach of Monty said this. I mean, it's hard to say. Interesting news tomorrow. Obviously, everyone's kind of been fear-mongering these stickers a little bit, Blast included, but this one's a little bit different. If you want to look at their past tweets, they're not really talking about the major at all. In fact, they're not really talking about anything CSGO related other than like actual matches being played for their team. And the fact that this is then replied to by Monty is kind of questionable at best. Obviously, I'm not exactly sure, but I thought this one was interesting because it had layers to it. It wasn't just one person on HLTV saying the stickers are delayed because they're not here yet. Obviously, they're not here, but I think this is such a big problem because we've seen in the past teams use their flag and the logo, and I think because of what's been going on, that this could be possibly the reason why we're seeing such a fight here. Obviously, it's just a theory, but it's an interesting one. Along with the fact that we know there's a crackdown on stickers and so forth, it's a really interesting thing and something that I could honestly possibly see as true. Obviously, none of this is confirmed, and I want to make that abundantly clear. However, the one thing I want to talk about as well is what you should be doing when this major items release. Hopefully they release, but basically there's a couple big things I want to break down. It's not going to take too long. The first of which is you should be instantly looking at Antwerp and Stockholm capsules. These are the two most volatile sticker capsules at this moment. They're the two that are going to get impacted if Paris looks good or bad. If Paris looks really good, Antwerp and Stockholm probably aren't going to be seeing massive growth, but it could happen the opposite way, where if Paris looks bad, we could see massive growth for Stockholm and Antwerp. Nothing guaranteed, but it is something that is very possible to happen in this current market. To go along with that, you're going to have quite a short time to complete your first round Pickems. If you don't remember, tournament play starts Monday morning. That's why we're really running short on time, considering you're not having that full 4th day. At this point, you've just got a little bit over 72 hours. You're looking at maybe 84 hours. It's a very short amount of time, especially for the first stage, and that's very important because this is broken down by stages. If you've never done a Pick'em, there's 3 separate stages, and you only get until that stage starts to complete that one's Pickems, and it's not something that we usually see for the group stage. The last thing I'll say is you can go ahead, buy your pass with tokens. This one doesn't really matter too much. You're not going to be making any money off of this, but it's going to unlock the ability to buy souvenir packages and for you to do the Pickems, but don't invest into anything else. You're going to have tons of time to buy into anything that Valve releases, and it's just honestly a bad move to invest into anything before we even know if there's going to be a 75% sale, which there most likely will be. That's all I got. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.